My name is Brad Belis, and I'm a missionary in South Sudan.
Before moving to South Sudan, I was in residential construction and development.
I was preparing to go to nursing school.
I was a union sheet metal worker.
I was an apartment manager.
I was a high school special ed teacher.
I was a stay-at-home mom and also a part-time teacher.
I was a chemical engineer.
I just completed my master's in environmental engineering.
One day I was reading through the book of Nehemiah, and I felt like God was leading me to pray about how He might use me in East Africa. And a few months after that, I found out about Every Village through my church and had the opportunity to go on a short-term trip with them. And it was after I got back from that trip that I felt God was asking me to pray about potentially moving over, and a few months later came on with Every Village to go to South Sudan.
We never planned on moving exactly to South Sudan, but we really wanted to be involved in cross-cultural ministry in some way. So we applied to different sending agencies, and out of all the groups that we applied to, they all sent us to South Sudan. And so we took that as our sign, as this is where we're supposed to be.
I remember I was excited to be doing something that I would never have considered apart from God's call. And as I started to do the fundraising and started training, I remember feeling very inadequate, but God was faithful and just affirmed us every step of the way.
I felt like I was crazy because from the moment that I started thinking about going to South Sudan and feeling called to when I actually committed to Every Village was a really, really short time. And I had really thought that I was going to nursing school. And I also felt really unprepared for what was coming.
We were definitely excited, but we were feeling a roller coaster of emotions. We didn't know what everything entailed, and so we were definitely feeling a lot of things.
My day in South Sudan probably doesn't look much different than a stay-at-home mom's day in the States. I spend most of my day caring for Clark and maintaining my home and supporting my husband. It's just that I cook on a kerosene stove and water comes to my house via jerry cans, and we don't have typical electricity. But then outside of the home, it's making friends, it's learning a language and making a lot of mistakes, and sharing Bible stories.
Well, it almost never looks like you thought it was when you woke up in the morning. It's some mixture of prayer, learning the local language, meeting with community members, building relationships, some menial chores, and some random exciting adventures.
My vision for the South Sudanese is that they would eliminate syncretism and leave their traditional religion behind and follow God wholly.
Well, in some parts of South Sudan, there are children named things like war or fighting or UN camp after what was happening at the time of their birth. And it's my hope that in the future there would be more children named peace, hope, salvation, and the power of God.
I desire to see the people of South Sudan know God intimately and hunger for His Word. And I pray that this Word would become flesh for them. I pray that it would transform their lives. I pray that it would transform just cultural issues that break them down as a people group and as a nation. I pray that this generation's children would not see war and death like every generation past has seen. And I know that that can happen because if this generation can see God and His love for them, anything can happen.
I'd say if you're interested in South Sudan, definitely explore a calling. Really pray about it, because if you're called and you do come, the calling is going to carry you through in the really hard times. And also go with an open mind, because God doesn't need any of us here to do His work. It's just a privilege to be here.
I would say hold your plans loosely and trust God fully, and remember that He doesn't call the equipped, He equips the called.
So we really thought life out here would be pretty tough, but so far it's actually been a lot of fun. And if you like beans and rice, it's a plus.
My name is Jared Pierce, and I'm a missionary in South Sudan.
My name is Laura Crone.
My name is Blaise Ginter.
My name is Keisha Pierce.
My name is Cassandra Ginter.
My name is Kate Belis.
My name is Christina Roberts, and I'm a missionary in South Sudan.